Okay, so Galen, what was the final day on set like? Did you and Jared do anything to celebrate? Yes, we celebrated with a very, very old bottle of scotch. Because what else do you do? And the final day, it was interesting, and I can we'll probably unpack this over the next 15 years of just what it was like going into that final week, what it was like the final episode. The final day specifically was it was not as tearfully emotional as I had thought it might be. Instead, there was like, it was more kind of tears of joy, so to speak. And I kind of shared that with Jared early on. I said, look, man, I'm emotional, but it's not this kind of like, mournful emotion. It's not like we're losing something or we're putting something to rest. To me, it felt more of a celebration of what we had done. It was more of a reflection of this 15-year journey that we had taken, and kind of taking a pause and reflecting on that, and trying to look back and see just how far we've come, and look at this family that has been built, and we got to be a part of that. And that was a special moment, and we kind of took a moment to ourselves, just the two of us, and you'll see this in the next episode. But we took a moment in this beautiful setting and just kind of thanked each other for sharing that journey with each other. And that was a pretty special moment. That was pretty cool. Something I'll never forget. CLA_. Okay. Is there any habit, expression, saying, or gesture you've picked up from Dean? No, but there's a ton that Dean picked up from me. Mani Valeska, 87. Hi, I'm Moni. Let's go with Moni. Sorry if that's wrong. Apologize. I'm nervous. Me too. Would you ever get a tattoo in memory of Dean? Yeah, I would. I actually talked about it. Maybe not necessarily of Dean specifically, but the show. I know there's a few of the crew that went out and got one that we'd all talked about getting together, and then COVID kind of made it a little difficult to do that. But yeah, I might still do that. I might still get that one. So I'll let you know. Ale002. Hi, Jensen. I'm Alex from Mexico. Okay, so ALE, not, or Ali02. I'm Alex from Mexico. My question is, which is your favorite creature from the show? I love you. Thank you, Alex. Sending love right down there to Mexico. Favorite creature from the show? Ooh. I don't know. There's been so many really good ones, and even ones that I got to direct. There was. I guess I got to say that me personally, I always like playing Dean going into a vampire nest, because I kind of feel like he understands it the most. He knows how to battle these things, and he has fun doing it. I think he truly enjoys that kind of a hunt. So that's, yeah, I'll go with the easy answer, and that's vampire. Sarah Mora, Hello from Dallas, Texas. Hey, hey, Big D. What do you think Dean would do if he had to quarantine? Much love, Jensen. Much love, Jensen. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah. If Dean had to quarantine, Sam would probably have to tie a chain around his leg and anchor it to the floor. I don't know that he would want to. I don't know that he'd want to stay on lockdown for too long. But if he was forced to, I think there would be a lot of R-rated movies. I think there would be a lot of heartburn from a terrible diet. And I think there would be a lot of really dirty laundry and dirty dishes. I think when you're motivated to get out and work and do stuff and hunt, I think these guys, they keep their lives together doing just that. I think if you take that away from them, much like I think a lot of us are probably experiencing right now, then it seems like a lot of those normal life activities kind of fall by the wayside, because it's like, well, if I don't have to do this, then I'm not going to do this, and then all of a sudden you just you feel like crap. So I think it is important. This is kind of steering away from a Dean answer, but I think it's important to kind of try to keep yourself motivated to do whatever you can, and so that those things don't build up and don't start to accumulate. But for Dean, I think he would certainly be the first to let it all build up and to procrastinate. And I don't know, maybe he'd go work on the car. Maybe that would keep him motivated. That'd be a fun episode, though. Karina Zoo. Hi, Jensen. When are you planning to release the album Radio Company 2.0? That's a great question, Karina. And I wish I had an answer for you for that. We haven't quite finished it yet. We were almost done, and then a lot of things happened. COVID obviously was the big kind of culprit, but we've had a series of kind of unfortunate incidences that have put it, not on the back burner, but has procrastinated it. So we are still we're still trying to get it together. We don't owe that much on it. It should be. We were hoping to have it done by the end of the year. That's still a possibility, but things would have to come together pretty quickly. So it may be more like springtime, if I'm being honest with myself. So there you go. Fiera, what would be your dream project to produce? My dream project to produce. It's not star in, not be in, just produce it. Probably be some sort of a spinoff of Supernatural, if that existed. Because I know it so well. And I get all the people together who I already know. And I think it would just be fun because it's a world that I understand so well, but then I could, navigate it from a different perspective. And I think that would be really like a dream job. So I'll go with that. But we've tried it twice and it hasn't worked out, so I don't know. Okay, moving on. Giordana Marie. What was the strangest scene you had to do as Dean Winchester? Love you, Jensen. Brazil loves you. Well, thank you, Giordana Maria. Strangest thing, Dean. I mean, look, a lot of the weird stuff that occurred on Supernatural. If it was going to occur to one of the main characters, it usually happened to Dean. So I was on the receiving end of a lot of the weird stuff, whether it was eating too much gross stuff, or whether it was blood, or whether it was goo, or whether it was I don't know. It's just been so much over the years. like nothing really surprised me anymore. It was like a constant onslaught of weird stuff being thrown at me. And I'm trying to think if there was just a really weird scene. I mean, there's so many weird scenes. I don't know that one stands out among the rest, though. There's just a laundry list of weird things. The one recent where I ran in with the pajama gown on. I just remember looking at myself in the mirror on my way to set and thinking, what am I doing with my life? Yeah, there's not many times you look at yourself and ask that when you're actually gainfully employed and working in a job you love. So there was that. Okay. Sam Winchester's hair. Oh, yes, Sam Winchester's hair. What is your question? Hi, Jensen. The name's Ollie. Why did it take you so long to introduce yourself? Ollie, what's one food typically considered weird that you actually enjoy? Okay, first, Sam Winchester's hair. It's really nice. It's nice to have a name. And I can't tell you, Ollie, how many times I've threatened to cut you off. Maybe a snip here, maybe just a quick buzz, and then just Ollie falls to the ground. It is really nice to have a name, though. I guess now I know what to call you. I'll just call you Ollie. And then Jared will look at me weird, or Sam will look at me weird, and I'll just point up and just be like, we know each other. We've been introduced properly. Ollie, food typically considered weird that I actually enjoy. I don't know. Maybe I don't consider it weird. Maybe other people don't consider it weird. Something considered weird. I mean, look, I didn't have fish until I was like 18 years old because I grew up in Texas, and for some reason there was this mentality growing up, and it's like I know freezer trucks existed when I was growing up, but it was like, oh, you don't want to eat fish if you don't live near a body of water. My gauge on what's weird has been skewed since I was a kid. But what do I eat that's weird? I don't know. You know what? I make myself a fried egg sandwich just about every other day, and my wife thinks that's weird. Maybe it's just how often I do it, but that's I enjoy it. So we'll go with that. All right. But again, Ollie, it's really nice to finally get a name there, pal. It's been I feel like I've known you forever. Bia Daminelli? Bia Daminelli? Hi, Jensen. If you had never gotten a role in Supernatural, do you think you'd have watched it? In that case, Dean would still be your favorite character. Would Dean still be your favorite character? Yes and yes. There's a reason that I did the show so long, and it's because I really liked the show. There's a reason that I liked playing Dean Winchester as long as I have, and it's because I really like that character. So, yeah, I think I would have watched it, and I would have wanted to see a character like what I did with Dean or whoever if he was being portrayed similarly to the way I did it, then yeah, I would have liked to have seen that. I think I would have enjoyed it. So, Murmur, did any script change because of COVID? Yeah, we had to, not drastically by any means. We just we had to make some tweaks due to protocol. Due to certain protocol, we had to change up some locations, and we also lost the ability to do a couple of scenes just because of logistics involved that related to COVID. But none of it really changed the outcome of the story. And once all is said and done, once the show has finished and aired its last, I'm sure we will share all of those tweaks. But until then, I don't want to ruin anything. So, all right, Jake and Bake fan. Why did it take you so long to help Jared lift the log for Brave Alecki? Well, I will say that what you saw in the video was just a small portion of the whole crew, including myself, watching Jared try to lift a variety of logs for a solid half an hour. So, entertainment is why. Kelly. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Jensen. I am from BC, British Columbia. Nice. I'm wondering what your favorite thing about filming in British Columbia was. Love you. Thank you, Kelly. Love you. I'll tell you one thing, the people of British Columbia, Canada, are fantastic. I have made some lifelong friends up there, and I certainly hope to come back sooner than later. I know I will, for whatever reason. But I often said that my only complaint with Vancouver and being up in that part of the world was that it wasn't home. But it was certainly the best home away from home I could have hoped for. People were fantastic. The scenery, I mean, there's a reason that the slogan of British Columbia is supernatural. And it's not because of our show. It is a supernaturally beautiful part of the world. And if you, for those folks out there who have never been to British Columbia or to Vancouver specifically, I certainly hope you get to go there and see that beautiful city. And if you're a fan of Supernatural, then you might see a lot of things you recognize because we were there for 15 years. So thanks, Kelly. Sammy in the Sky. Hi. Bonjour from France. Bonjour. Would you ever do some more voice acting work? I miss your Jason Todd so much. Yes, Sammy in the Sky. I would, and I have, and some of that work should be coming out relatively soon. I think maybe in the next 6 months. But I have been working, doing some voice stuff in that genre of storytelling. And I've actually done a few things while we've been on COVID quarantine stuff. So luckily I got a big mic here that helps me with that. So yeah, Sammy, I do like to do the voice work, and we'll continue to do it as long as they continue to ask me. All right, CHRS NUNES. Is that Chris Nunes, maybe? Possibly. I'm sure. Yeah, it is. Hey, I'm Chris. What's your favorite episode that you directed? Love from Brazil. A lot of love from Brazil. It's awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chris. Favorite episode I directed. I mean, look, they all kind of had their own beautiful twists and had all their own beautiful challenges. I would say that my favorite one was probably my first one, and it was simply because I wasn't in it that much, and I was able to just focus on directing. And Jim Beaver was kind of the main character of that particular episode, and so I got to, I got to work with just a seasoned pro, and thankfully, it was Jim, because he helped me kind of do the best I could from behind the camera. So that was one of my favorite experiences, and then they all just kind of like got in line right after that as far as the episodes I directed. I just enjoyed them all. There's stories to tell from all of them, but another time. All right, Amy and Sydney. Hi, Amy. If your kids asked you what Supernatural was about, what would you say or tell them? I would say, and I have told them, that it is Daddy and Uncle Jared pretending to be funny and goofy and put red paint all over their face. That's what I tell them, because they turn TV on sometimes, and there we are, bloodied up and fighting, and I'm like, oh yeah, look, there's Daddy and Uncle Jared just playing with those super scary vampires, and that's just paint. They're having a craft party. That's what they're doing. Corinne Lim. Hi, Jensen. What do you think is one of the biggest milestones for you on SBN? Love from Malaysia. That's cool. Biggest milestones on SPN. I don't know. There's been a lot. I'd say just from a character or I guess acting standpoint. I know. I'll go with this. Driving that thing as well as I got. Not saying that I'm the best driver on the planet, but I got pretty good at handling that thing in very kind of tight situations, because I was you'd have to drive in and you'd have to hit a mark, that's this big. The helicopter going over. So to drive in, come at full speed, and then stop and hit a mark, I got pretty good at that. So good that a lot of the camera guys, they would take bets on how close I would get to the mark, like 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, but more importantly, they all felt comfortable with me behind the wheel, and they knew that I would hit the mark. They knew that I would have control of the car. Even if it was going full speed, if I was going in reverse, if I was doing some sort of stunt thing with the car, I always felt really comfortable and confident driving that thing, and it's not sometimes that's not hard. That's not easy to do when you're surrounded by hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment and people's lives. So I do remember thinking how thankful I was that I was as good driving that thing as I was, because I think it made for a lot of really good shots, and it just made production go that much quicker and that much smoother. So that was certainly something that I will take pride in for a long time. All right, moving on. Gabby Chloe, did you ever wish you got to film a birthday episode for Dean? Love you. Didn't I? Did we never have Dean's birthday? I feel like we did. I feel like that was something, but we used to have birthdays on our set like every day, because every day somebody was having a birthday, and we would always sing happy birthday to them, the whole crew. I might be getting that confused with a Dean birthday, but I kind of feel like we did. And if we didn't, then we certainly should. And then if we seriously never did, then I've got I've got so much cake to catch up on. So, but I'm sure Dean would probably prefer pie. So that's fine. I'm cool with that. All right. Lonnie Martinez. Hi there, Lonnie. Which is your favorite Disney movie? Love from Argentina. Favorite Disney movie. My daughter just asked me that yesterday. She's like, what's your favorite movie? And I'm like, oh, Die Hard. She's like, no, like cartoons. I didn't say Die Hard, but that's a good one. I think I told her kind of the first one that came to my mind that I know I like, that I never get tired of watching, and that's Toy Story, the first one. That's just, it's Tom Hanks, and it's a good story, and I liked it. Anyway, we'll go with that for now. Okay, let's see. Noah Ronan 123. How would you react if you found out that monsters and hunters are real? Love you so much. Thank you, Noah. Noah Ronan, you know who you are. Thank you. How would I react? I would probably want to get a good contact, get some good contact info on my local chapter of hunters, have them dialed into my favorites, and then I would probably also go out and get some basic supplies, get some salt, some iron, wooden stake, that kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't think I would overreact too much, just simply because I've been dealing with this world for 15 years. So I feel like I would hold it together. But I would certainly want to know the names and the phone numbers of the hunters that had been dealing with it. And then I don't know, maybe I'd say, hey, you got room for one more? I got the car. Last question time. Oh, I missed the song. Where's Benedict when I need him to sing? All right. Last question. Here we go. Valen, Argentina. Hi, Jensen. My name is Valentina. After 15 years of playing Dean, how do you think he changed you in a personal and professional level? In an unimaginable amount. Professional, I think, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to play a character for this long, and to be on a show for this long, and to be able to tell a story that someone truly enjoys and doesn't get tired of, and playing a character that you truly enjoy and never really get tired of. And I really could. I could play Dean forever, and probably because I share a lot in common with the guy. So it just feels natural, super natural now. And from a personal level, like, sure, I've, who I was before I started the show is long gone. It's just as far as like that life that I had. I'm still the same person, but my circumstances have dramatically changed. And it is afforded me, a life I could have only dreamed of. It has afforded me friends, and co-workers, that I will keep in contact with for the rest of my life. And it has introduced me to a fandom that I will forever be grateful for sticking with us and watching us and being as supportive as you guys have been over the years. It truly is a marvel to not just me, but a lot of those people and a lot of people in the industry. This show has always been kind of the little show that could. and it's because of you that we did. So I'm thankful for that, and yeah, it has forever changed me. So thank you, and that'll do it for me, guys. I want to thank you for hanging in there, and being safe, and appreciating that that we can't do these kind of things in person, but we're trying to do the best we can, and give you a little feedback, and please know that we're missing it too. We really miss seeing you guys and being able to show up and see your smiling faces and interact and answer questions in person, and know that when we're able to do that again, we certainly will, because we know we know that this is a unique situation, and we want to preserve it, and water it as much as we can. So going into the final week of Supernatural, I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you for being on this ride with us for 15 years. And hopefully one day soon we can see each other in person and talk all about it. Take care, everybody.